Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 24th of March 2023. Let's start with our session. First question is, what is the theme of the World Sparrow Day 2023? So, National Zoological Park celebrated the World Sparrow Day on 20th of March. And this year, the theme is I Love Sparrows. So it is designated to raise awareness about the sparrow conservation and protection because their numbers are declining across the world. And the first commemoration of this day occurred in 2010. Okay. So two things are important. When do we observe the World Sparrow Day? It is observed on 20th of March every year. And this year, the theme is I Love Sparrows. Now, when do we observe the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination? So, we observe this day on 21st of March every year. Why? Because on this day, in the year 1960, police opened fire at a peaceful demonstration in South Africa against the people. And aim is to eliminate all forms of racial discrimination across the world. Fine. Now, on 22nd of March every year, we observe the World Water Day. Why? To raise awareness about the global water crisis and the importance of water. And this year, the theme is accelerating the change to solve the water and sanitation crisis. This was the whole theme for this year's World Water Day. Now, on 21st of March, we observe another day named as the World Forestry Day, right? Which is also known as International Day of Forest. And this year, the theme was Forests and Health. Fine. So, these are the few important days and themes that we have to remember. Now, next is UBS Group is a multinational investment bank based in which country? So UBS Group AG is a multinational investment bank and financial services company that was founded and based in Switzerland. And this is Switzerland's biggest bank. And why it is in news? Because recently it has agreed to purchase its rival Credit Suisse. And as per the report, UBS has upgraded its initial offer and now it agreed to buy Credit Suisse for more than $2 billion in a deal that is brokered by the Swiss government. Fine. So this is a multinational investment bank based in Switzerland. Now, as we know that Mr. Eric Garcetti has been appointed as the new US ambassador to the country, India. This name is very, very important. And also, Ram Sahaya Prasad Yadav has been chosen to be Nepal's third vice president. And who's the current prime minister of the country Nepal? This is Mr. Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachand. Fine. Now these days, Narayani River is also in news, and this is a major river in Nepal country. Fine. Can anyone tell me why Narayani River is in news these days? We have discussed about it in the previous lectures. Next is, polio cases were recently recorded in which country for the first time in the last 30 years? So polio cases were recorded in Burundi country for the first time in the last 30 years. And the polio virus type 2 was confirmed from the environmental surveillance of the wastewater in the region. So polio is basically transmitted through contaminated water and food or by contact with an infected person. Though many do not become seriously ill, some can go on to develop acute flaccid paralysis. Okay. So recently polio cases have been identified in Burundi country, first time in the last 30 years. Now also recently ICMR, that means Indian Council of Medical Research, has released the ethical guidelines for artificial intelligence in healthcare and biomedical research to guide the effective and safe development, deployment and adoption of artificial intelligence based technologies. And this artificial intelligence has a wide range of applications in the healthcare sector like diagnosis, preventive treatments, clinical decision making, etc. Okay, so you can be asked that which institution has released ethical guidelines for artificial intelligence in the healthcare and the biomedical research sector? Answer would be ICMR. Next is, what is the rank of India in the Utility Bidders Deforestation Report? According to this report, India has seen the highest rise in deforestation in the last 30 years, with a high surge recorded between 2015 and 2020. And India was ranked at second position, and we are only after Brazil with average deforestation of 6,68,400 hectares as per the report by Utility Bidder, which is a UK based comparison site for energy and utility cost. Okay, so India's rank in this report is second, and which country was at the first? It was Brazil. Now if we talk about important ranks and indices, there is this World Happiness Report, and in this report India was ranked at 126th position. Which countries were at the top? First was Finland, second was Denmark, and the third country was Iceland. Okay, usually the first country is very important, and it is Finland. Now recently Ranveer Singh has been declared as India's most valuable celebrity of 2022, and with this Ranveer Singh has surpassed Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is at the second position, third was Akshay Kumar, fourth was Alia Bhatt, and the fifth was Deepika Padukone. These are the top 5 most valuable celebrities of India. Fine. Next is, the Adani Group has suspended work on Mundra Petrochem project in which Indian state? So Adani's Mundra Petrochem project was suspended recently, and under this project a greenfield coal to PVC plant was planned to be set up in Adani ports and special economic zone land in the state of Gujarat. And the Adani Group has suspended work on a 34,900 crore rupees project because it focuses on the resources to consolidate the operations and address investor concerns following the report by US based short seller Hindenburg. Okay, so here correct answer would be Gujarat state. Now if we talk about few important states, like first is Uttarakhand state government. Recently they have announced 10% horizontal reservation for the statehood activist in the government job, right? Then also Manik Saha has been appointed as the 13th Chief Minister of Tripura state, and this is his second term, right? Also Konrad Sangma has been appointed as the Chief Minister of Meghalaya state, right? And this is also his second term. Now next is, as per the report released by Standing Committee on the Water Resources, over-exploitation of groundwater for irrigation is a challenge in which Indian state? So this report was released by the Standing Committee on Water Resources, and the report noted that wide cultivation of water, guzlar, paddy and the sugarcane crops were the main reason for the excessive exploitation of groundwater, and over exploitation of groundwater for irrigation has become a major challenge in the states of Punjab and Haryana. So these two states are considered to be doing over exploitation of groundwater for irrigation. Fine. Next is, Lakhi Mela is organized in which Indian state or the Union Territory? So Lakhi Mela, which is also known as Kaila Devi Chaitra Mela, it is organized in Rajasthan's Karoli district, and it starts on 12th day of Chaitra Badi. Fine. So basically Khatu Shyam temple in the state of Rajasthan is a famous pilgrimage site for worshipping the Lord Krishna. Fine. So this Lakhi Mela is organized in the state of Rajasthan. Now a few days back we have talked about Matua Maha Mela. This Mela is organized in West Bengal state. Next is Minja Mela. Minja Mela belongs to Himachal Pradesh, and a very famous Mela is the Suraj Kund festival, and this is a Mela of Haryana state. Fine. Next is LVM-3 is the largest rocket of which country? So the launch vehicle Mark 3, previously referred to as GSLV Mk3, is a 3-stage medium lift launch vehicle that has been developed by ISRO. And Indian Space Agency ISRO has announced that its largest rocket LVM-3 will be launched on 26th of March from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Fine. So this LVM-3 is the largest rocket of country India. Now ISRO was also in news because ISRO has succeeded in placing 9 satellites in multiple orbits using the PSLV C54. Now what is the name of India's first privately developed rocket? The name of this rocket is Vikram S, and it was launched from Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Also, the first test vehicle demonstration, that is TVD-1 under Gaganyaan mission, will be conducted on 23rd of May. It was decided recently. Fine. So you can be asked that TVD-1 is associated with which particular mission? Answer will be Gaganyaan. Next is the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library is an autonomous institute under which Union Ministry? So this is an autonomous institute under the Union Ministry of Culture, and aim is to preserve and reconstruct the history of the Indian independence movement. So this museum recently launched a project to digitize the research material that are under its possession. Fine. Now can you tell me the spring equinox, which is the first day of spring in the northern hemisphere, usually begins in which particular month? So this is the first day of spring in the northern hemisphere, and it began on 20th of March this year. So equinox is also called the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, and it is known as autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere. Fine. So you have to remember that spring equinox in the northern hemisphere starts in the month of March. Next is Thanthai Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary is situated in which Indian state or the Union Territory? So it lies in Tamil Nadu, and why it is in news? Because the Tamil Nadu government has decided to notify this Thanthai Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary, and it is the 18th wildlife sanctuary in the Tamil Nadu state. So it will span to 80,567 hectares in the Erode district, and with this it will be the 18th wildlife sanctuary of Tamil Nadu. Fine. So that's why this Thanthai Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary is in news. Now if we talk about few important wildlife sanctuaries that are in news these days, first of all, few days back we have discussed that 40 Asiatic lions have to be relocated from the Gir National Park in Gujarat to the Barda Wildlife Sanctuary, which also lies in the state of Gujarat. Fine. Next is Chitwan National Park. Chitwan National Park was in news these days, and this is the first ever national park that was set up in the country Nepal. So basically Chitwan National Park belongs to Nepal country. Then we have talked about Keladi Museum. Keladi Museum lies in the state of Tamil Nadu in its Sivganga district. Also Sigur Plateau was in news these days, and it lies in the Nilgiri district of Tamil Nadu state. Fine. So these are the few starting things that can be asked in your examination. Now next is Asia's largest tulip garden opens for public in which Indian state or the Union Territory? So Asia's largest tulip garden, which is known as the Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden, is now open for the public. And Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Manoj Sinha, opened this tulip garden in Srinagar. Okay. So nearly 68 varieties of tulips will bloom in the garden this year, and at present there are 15 lakh tulips of numerous varieties and colors in this garden. So Asia's largest tulip garden has been opened in Jammu and Kashmir in its Srinagar. Fine. Next is Emaar, the first overseas company to invest in Kashmir, is based in which country? So Dubai based Emaar becomes the first overseas company to invest in Kashmir, and this is the first significant foreign direct investment in Jammu and Kashmir. So Emaar will invest a total of 500 crore rupees, including 250 crore rupees for the mega mall and more to help in setting up IT towers in the Jammu and Kashmir, basically in Srinagar. Okay, so Emaar is the first overseas company of UAE that is set to invest in Jammu and Kashmir. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with our revision session, in which we are doing the current affairs revision for the month of January, and this is part 14 in this series. So today we'll be doing the questions from 196 up to question number 210, and within next 2 days we'll be done with our January month current affairs revision. First question says, which country is the host of the Fitur International Tourism Trade Fair? So this fair was hosted by Spain in its Madrid city. And this is one of the world's largest international travel exhibition. India also participated in this tourism trade fair to help fast track the recovery of countries' inbound tourism to the pre-pandemic level. Which armed force started the Ops Alert exercise to enhance the security? This is Border Security Force. It has started the Ops Alert exercise to enhance security along the India-Pakistan border, and the exercise was being carried out to tackle ill designs of anti-national elements during the Republic Day celebration. Which Union Ministry released endorsements, know-hows, guide for celebrities, influencers and the virtual influencers on the social media? Answer is Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. So they have released this guideline for the celebrities, and the guideline aims to ensure that individuals do not mislead their audiences while endorsing the products or services. And also it ensures that they should be compliant with the Consumer Protection Act and any associated rules or the guidelines. What is the name of the indigenous mobile operating system developed by IIT Madras? Answer would be Bhar OS. This is an Android open source project based operating system which is developed by J&K Operations Private Limited, and the startup is incubated at IIT Madras. What is the theme of India International Science Festival? So this festival was being held in Bhopal with the theme of marching towards Amrit Kal with science, technology and innovation. Okay, so International Science Film Festival of India was organized as a part of India International Science Festival. Which country's president is the chief guest of Republic Day celebrations of India? This question is extremely important, and here correct answer would be Egypt. The president of Egypt, Mr. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, was the chief guest at the 74th Republic Day Parade of India. And this is the first time that the president of Egypt has been invited as the chief guest on the Republic Day, because India and Egypt are celebrating 75 years of establishment of their diplomatic relations this year. And also don't forget that India has invited Egypt as a guest country during its G20 presidency. Which city is the host of the World Economic Forum Global Future Council 2023? Answer would be Dubai. Which Indian armed force is set to hold command level exercise named as Pralay. This is Indian Air Force. So they will be carrying out exercise Pralay, which involves all its major air bases in the northeast, and this is the second such command level exercise that is carried out by the Indian Air Force in the recent month. Which country has launched Welcome Corps scheme to sponsor the refugees seeking sanctuary in the country? So US has launched this Welcome Corps scheme that will allow the groups of people and organizations in the US to sponsor the refugees seeking sanctuary in the country. And this move was welcomed by the right group as a positive step. Kole wetland, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which Indian state? So it lies in the state of Kerala. And after the Asian waterbird census that was conducted recently, it was found that there is a drop in the number of birds in various parts of Kerala state. And obviously, Kole wetland have been visited by hundreds of migratory birds every year. That's why it was in news. Next is, which state is the host of the All India Conference of Director Generals, Inspector Generals of Police? Answer is New Delhi. So the 57th Conference of Director General of Police was organized in New Delhi. Which country is the host of the FIDE World Championships 2023? Answer would be Kazakhstan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is to name 21 islands of Andaman and Nicobar after which awardees? So Prime Minister Modi named 21 islands of Andaman and Nicobar after Param Veer Chakra awardees to give them honor and recognition, to give due honor and recognition to our real life heroes. And this move was taken on Parakram Divas, which is actually the Jayanti of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Which city is the host of G20's first Environment and Climate Sustainability Working Group meeting? Answer would be Bangalore city. So the very first Environment and Climate Sustainability Working Group meeting was held in Bangalore. Who is the winner of Bahrain's ISA Award for Service to Humanity Himalayan Cataract Project? This is Dr. Sanduk Ruit, and he is from the country Nepal. So this award carries a cash prize of $1 million, a certificate of merit, and a gold medal. Also, he is the recipient of Padma Shri Award by the Indian government, the National Order of Merit of Bhutan, as well as he is also the awardee of Raman Magsaysay Award. Fine. So these are the next 15 questions from the month of January, and tomorrow we will continue it from here. Means we'll cover the question from 211 up to question number 225. So in the next two sessions, we'll be done with our current affairs for the month of January revision, and later on we'll shift to another month. Fine. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minu Hadsana signing off.